steel rails, chase the sunshine around the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind.
Hey everybody, it's Kevin with the Bluegrass Soundcheck. Staying over a little out of the corner today. Got a big group with us today. First time doing a full band, and I'm super excited for it. I'm sitting here with the one and only Virginia Rain. I know everybody's going to enjoy this. I know I've been looking forward to this. We set this up a few weeks ago, and we're going to talk to the band members with everything they got coming up as far as shows, the most recent festival they're coming up with, and they're actually putting together a CD, which is where we're at now. We are at Hazard County Records in Luray, Virginia at Cooters. So special shout out to Robbie Meadows for allowing me to interrupt everything and kind of take over the place. So let's get started. Welcome, fellas. Ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate y'all taking time out of making your CD, sit down and have a conversation with me. Y'all are actually the first group this year on my new, quote unquote, new season of what we're going to do this year. Hadn't done anything for about a year with everything going on. So when y'all started up, I knew exactly where I was going to go with it. Y'all were the first people I thought of. So I appreciate y'all taking the time, coming around, sitting out here with me, and talking a little music.
Absolutely.
All right, Beth, we're going to start with you. As the leader of the band, introduce yourself, what you do, what you play.
I got a tough job, as you can imagine. You see this crew sitting down
I've
here?
seen them.
But I'm Beth Rogers. I live in Stanley, Virginia. Grew up bluegrass all my life. I mean, from the time you knew my Ronnie well, from the time I was about 9 years old, he started pushing me to have some kind of instrument in my hand. So, you know how it is in the family.
Yes.
But I played upright bass and did some of the lead, a little bit of harmony, and it's just been a pleasure just starting this band with these guys. They're a great group.
Y'all been
So
down the
talented.
whirlwind.
We have been.
Since y'all started this up, what, about 6 months ago?
Yeah, I think maybe March was the first.
Oh,
I tell you what,
okay.
the police event in Stanley was the first official thing we did in March.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that well.
Just since
And
March, and phones ringing, emails blowing up, and we feel blessed. It's a blessing.
I bet so. When I talked to you earlier this week, y'all had a heck of a schedule coming up this week with this, the recording. I think y'all got a couple shows this week coming up that
We do.
we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, take a second and introduce everybody, and we'll kind of go down through the line and introduce the guys.
Well, this guy right here from Elkton, Virginia, he, a lot of people know Canton, you know,
Yes.
he's played a lot of music. He and I have been blessed to play a lot of music together. And Canton does the lead vocals, harmony vocals, and killer on that 5-string. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, he can play it. That is for
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely. Just as talented right beside him. And DW and I haven't played music a long time together, but we've played a lot of music here lately. So from McGackeyville, Virginia, DW does lead and harmony and plays guitar for us. And Scott, everybody knows Scott. You know what? There's a jam around, Scott's in it.
He is.
He's pretty much in
That
it.
is a fact.
And from Grove Hill, Virginia, Scott Foltz.
I thought Scott was the quietest one in the group. I think DW something to rival him a little bit.
Just give him a little bit. I told you, we talked about that this weekend. I said, DW, before we started playing music, I really wasn't sure you talked. He was real quiet, but once he gets going,
Once he warms up to the camera, he'll be all right.
And then Mark, all the way on the end. I'm actually fortunate enough to be related to Mark, and I
Oh,
just play
yeah.
music with Mark, and
First
we're
cousins.
first cousins, and Mark does
Really?
a tremendous job on the mainland and lead and harmony vocals, and he lives in Grove Hill, Virginia as well.
Oh, so you live close. All right, and we've got Scott Foltz here on fiddle from also Grove Hill. Yeah.
Grove Hill's well represented in this band.
There you
That
go.
is. And this is actually my first time meeting Scott. I've talked to him a few times in passing at different festival jams that we've been having, but this is actually the first time meeting Mark. Yeah, did I say Scott? I meant Mark. I've known Scott for a while.
I looked at you and you said that. I thought, wait a minute.
We can wait.
It happens.
We'll that out. But pretty much other than Mark, I've known everybody sitting here for a lot of years, whether it's been long time with
Our
Beth.
families are intertwined a little bit.
Yeah, a lot intertwined on each side up to most recently with Mark and really getting to know DW a little more. We'll go down through here and talk to each guy, get a little bit more in depth with things. We're gonna start with Canton Breeden here on banjo. How you been?
About as good as I can be, I reckon. Playing music, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you are. Most everybody recognizes Canton from different jams up at Elkton that he attends, and different bands throughout the years leading up to this point in festivals. And right next to him is D.W. Heinegard. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man.
Good. Good. You enjoying yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Get ready to knock on that 20-year mark of playing music.
No kidding.
Yep, count that up today. Enjoying the ride of Virginia Rain.
Yeah. You're awful young to be playing music for 20 years.
I was about 15 when I started.
I remember when
He was the banjo player in the band.
If they start telling ages, I'm
Granddaddy
stopping.
Harold.
What band was that?
Blue Ridge Gentleman,
I believe that's what they called it.
That's the first time I have heard that name.
Harold, Wayne, Turner, Scott, Derek Mulberry played with him years ago.
I think that's the first time I've heard that band name. The last time, the most recent time that I've heard Scott play the banjo was on Vintage Bluegrass that they've done about 12, 13 years ago.
That's because you're a young fella.
That I am. That I am. Yeah. There's, I'm the young one sitting here besides Canton. That is true. And pretty much everybody here has played in other bands besides Virginia Rain over the last several years. Mark, you've also played in other bands besides this one, correct?
Yeah. I've been playing music since I was 11 years old. Learned guitar from my father and my uncle.
No
So
kidding.
yeah, it's been a long. Started playing guitar at 11, and then went to banjo at about the age of 18, and then picked up mandolin. Probably within the last 20 years.
Really? I've always known you to play mandolin. I didn't realize you were as diverse of a musician as what you are.
I just have fun at it.
That don't matter.
I don't try to be good. I just try to have fun at it.
It's a cool fact that I can remember one of them pointed out the other day. This is the only band we've all played in where every person in the band, except for her, is a banjo player.
Really?
Yep.
No kidding. I knew you was. I knew Scott was. But this is my first time hearing about DW and Mark.
We're gonna try to come
No
up
kidding.
with a song where we can focus all four of them on the banjo.
Doing
in one
banjo.
single
Not
tune.
all at the same time.
Yeah, maybe pass it around a little and,
Yeah.
That'll scare people away.
Yeah.
Dueling Banjos Part 4.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's exactly what the time is for.
Start paddling faster.
Yeah, exactly. Paddle faster. That's great. I love those little nuggets. Now, Beth, you're actually related to Mark, which I just found out as we sat down here.
I am, absolutely.
How are y'all related?
My dad, Paige, my dad, is a brother to Mark's mom, Sharon.
No kidding.
Yep.
Now, see, I didn't not only not realize that y'all were kin, I thought you lived like 2 hours away. I had no idea that you were as close as what you were.
Yeah, I did. I moved up here last year.
Okay. So that explains it. So I was kind of somewhat right.
Yeah, I was down in the Northern Virginia area.
Okay.
But I moved up here.
Well, welcome back to the valley.
I love it.
All right. All right, we're going to move on with a little information talking about upcoming events. Y'all not only have been busy since March, but y'all are in a whirlwind right now with things coming up as far as shows, private parties, the CD you're putting together. Plus, you got Picking Out the Post coming up in a few weeks, which we're going to do a video with your husband, Bo, talking about that, and we'll air that next week with a lot more information. So with everything coming up, let the people know kind of what's coming, where they can find you, and what to expect.
I'll tell you this first thing. Let me tell you this how hectic it's getting. So guys, if I missed something, Saturday we had 2 shows, and I think I forgot to tell Scott about one of them. He's like, "Are we supposed to play somewhere after this?" So there you go.
Welcome to show business.
That's it. We have, as far as festivals, we've got Picking at the Post in September, and then we have the one in Grottoes in October. And we're also playing the Apple Festival for Grays Mountain in October.
Man.
So, and then we have in September, of course, we're here the second Sunday of every month.
Okay.
We're here at Cooper's. We have 2 private parties coming up. What else do we have, guys? We're playing at the fair next Tuesday night in the pavilion at 7 o'clock.
Virginia Dream Center Stage.
We're taping the Virginia Dream show this week.
Wow.
So it's
And working on a CD.
working on the CD. Hopefully, we'd like to say we're going to finish it tonight, but that's the goal. If not, but we do plan to have it ready by Picking at the Post.
Which is in
September the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
which is about what, 3 weeks?
About 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah, so we're not pushing it at all.
We're not pushing.
Not pushing it
Yeah.
all. And then here I come interrupting everything.
Yeah. No, you know what's really funny? I've never done this, right? I'm like the
Me
middle-aged one in this bunch. There's 2 older and 2 younger than I am. But they had all done CDs, right? And I sort of had it in my brain that we could come in here in 2 or 3 days and knock this out. Well, yeah, that was.
Talk about being rudely awakened.
Oh, I imagine it is. It's not like pushing record and
It
it all
is.
on the table.
And I tell you what else it does, it humbles you real quick.
I bet.
When you start, hearing yourself
Yeah.
back, you just sort of, but it's been a great process. They've been so, supportive of me and teaching me a lot as we've done it. And Robert's been awesome to work with.
I think that's what matters. Everybody's looking at each
It's
other.
Bluegrass, it's all one big family.
That's
It
it.
is. It is.
It
You
truly
won't find a
is.
more accepting family group. These festivals are pretty much family reunions.
That's right.
It is.
Is what they are.
Absolutely. Spoke calls it that.
Yeah. And speaking of the CD, let's talk about that. What's the name that y'all are giving it? Where you're recording it, and talk about some of the songs that y'all recorded that are some of y'all's favorites that we can look forward to hearing.
Well, we are Virginia Rain, and the CD is entitled "Listening to the Rain," which is an Osborne Brothers tune.
Yeah.
And I think this band has Robert's big too, but we're everything from Jimmy Martin, the Lonesome River Band, Alison Krauss, to we even have one old country tune that we're doing now. But I think it's a good mix on there, something for everybody.
It sounds like it. Do you know how many songs is on it? at the
There's
moment?
13.
13 songs.
We hope that's lucky.
Hopefully so. Hopefully you'll sell a lot of records. Does anybody have any favorites that they've done or performed on?
I know I have a favorite that she does, and that's Steel Rails.
That's good.
That's
Oh, wow.
probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've heard
Me and
that a
her's been
lot.
doing that for a long time.
Probably Windy City for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another good
That's a
tune.
good thing.
It is.
That does a great job on
Thank you.
Do you,
It's a
now,
fun song.
do you do all the singing or is it split up?
Not all the
between
leads,
you?
no. Everybody except Scott. We all need Scott on that fiddle, but we didn't get him to open his mouth. But the rest of these guys, everybody has lead and harmony songs that they do.
Good. And I'm sure with the talent that's sitting here, that people can look forward to some instrumentals.
Actually, we do instrumentals in our show.
Right.
We don't have one on the CD, believe it or not,
No
but
kidding.
we might in the future.
That'd be something to look forward to.
They threw an instrumental out at me the other night, and we were sort of practicing to go to the Farm Bureau. And
Yeah.
the next day we showed up and it was on the list, and
Yeah.
they kind of looked at me like,
That was great.
"Oh no, I really liked it." So we're
Yeah.
gonna
Do
we'll
a
go
song
with
and
it.
exam, and the next day it's on the set list.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Practicing and getting going there.
What's happened here is that I used to hire a lot of people in an old job, and managers would be like, "Don't hire anybody that's better than me, make me look bad."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, that's just what I do here. All these guys are so much better than me, they make me look good." So it worked out well.
Yeah, it's always good to surround yourself with good musicians.
Absolutely.
That way if you foul up, they can kind of cover for you.
They do that a lot.
Yeah. Well, since we're sitting here in the studio, we're gonna play a little music. Get it out there. We'll do about 3 songs. Let people hear what to expect from Virginia Rain in the coming weeks and months of everything y'all got coming up.
Okay.
My place to say goodbye.
Well, Beth, Canton, DW, Scott, Mark, and all of Virginia Rain, I appreciate y'all taking the time out of making your CD to sit down with me and the people of YouTube land and have a little conversation to introduce y'all to everybody.
Absolutely, thank you for having us.
Not a problem. Now, they can find y'all on Facebook at Virginia Rain Bluegrass,
Junior Rain Bluegrass Band.
right?
Right.
Okay. Y'all can look for them coming up and picking at the post. They got all kinds they got the festival coming up in Grottoes, correct? And a
Gray's
CD
Mountain.
at Gray's Mountain, just across the mountain. And a CD, hopefully in the next 3 weeks, will be coming out. Everybody, give a thumbs up, hit that bell, subscribe. You look for me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at the Bluegrass Soundcheck. Subscribe, follow, like. Come on out and visit Virginia Rain sometime. And remember, there's always time for one more.
Traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway.
down on the